Hello, everyone, and welcome to the debut episode of the Mental Breakdown podcast with your host, Jake Bassi. Hi, how you doing? Welcome. Please like, comment, subscribe, keep up with the show. We've got a great first episode here. I have my friend Christina DiBiase on the show, a fellow ginger Italian with a last name dangerously close to mine. We have a very great conversation here about relationships and how to navigate through them and how to keep from having a mental breakdown. On that, to bad jobs, to her upcoming one-woman show on October 18th. Make sure to check that out. The link is in the description. She's a very funny lady. And I would like to note at the top before we start here is that this episode was recorded before the Ian Ira Russo incident. So we do have a conversation about creepy men on this episode, but this was before that incident, and it is not isolated, and it is very important that we in the comedy community in Los Angeles take a stand when there's bad behavior. There is no union or protections for this line of work. So when these things happen, you need to call it out, and we need to look out for one another. And that's very important. And we have a little bit of that conversation, as far as, creepy men goes. Christina was not followed, but a man attended an open mic that we went to. And she had to get walked to her car, long story short. But you can catch that whole conversation in this episode right now. And, just be kind to one another, respect one another, and don't hit people with metal hydro flasks. All right, guys, please enjoy the episode. Salud, cheers.
Yeah, salud.
Episode 1, take 2 of the mental breakdown. Got to get that ASMR sipping. You just got to get that. Oh, Jesus. It's that white girl, you gotta shake the fucking thing. Tell me a sound that's better than this. It's the fucking... Oh my God. So before we get into how we mentally break ourselves down, Christina, you have a show coming up,
Yes,
a one-woman show. Tell me about it.
It's called Born to Dance.
Woo.
Because I was born with spina bifida.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what that is, basically I was born with a hole in my back. And I had surgery as a newborn.
So is the hole still there?
No.
It's not. Okay.
No, they filled it up.
They filled... Where was it? Was it on your...
Literally, right down here.
So it's almost like you got a tail removed.
Pretty much.
It looks like.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But an inverted
Inverted?
tail, I guess.
So
I really am a cat.
And we said this on the last recording, but we're going to pretend that I'm hearing it for the first
And I'm
time.
going to pretend like I'm saying it for the first time.
Yes.
I'm an actor.
Spinal bifida. Spina bifida.
Yeah.
So you were forced to stay in shape.
Yeah, the doctors said that I had to do a physical activity to strengthen my lower body. And so we chose dance.
Yay.
And then I became a national competitor. And it's basically just, I turned that journey from dance to where I am today, and I put a comedic twist on it because you gotta laugh at your trauma.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's where all of our jokes come from.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't joke about our trauma, then we can't function.
Yeah.
And therapy's not cheap.
No. Oh my God, my therapist was $300 a session.
Aye.
Yeah. It's because the good therapists do not take insurance.
They don't?
No.
I haven't had therapy as an adult. I had it as a kid, but I don't know the logistics of it because I had a lot of stuff going on up here. It's a bad neighborhood. It's a bad neighborhood.
My parents had me on a cocktail of pills when I was a child.
Oh my God.
I have no memories.
Where was Ritalin one of those?
I don't know. I know one of them started with an X.
With an X?
And
wasn't
I'm wondering
Xanax?
if they had me on Xanax
Oh,
at
God.
8 years old.
As a little kid, I was on so many different medications when I was a kid. I was wild. My mom didn't know what to do with me. I had so many problems because my mom decided to raise 2 boys by herself.
I'm sorry, I feel like I have a head in my mouth.
Whoops. I hope that's yours. I really hope that.
Is.
I really hope that's yours.
I shed very easily.
It's definitely not mine. Oh God, that's wonderful. And no, I cleaned my bathroom because I'm having guests over and all that stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm a guy. This is a
Yes, you
man's
are.
apartment.
Yes,
And I'm
it
like, I
is.
gotta clean my sink. I gotta clean my kitchen somewhat. I'm just like all sheepish because I know my mother would just go like, women are gonna judge you.
We will.
By every little minute detail.
Absolutely we will.
Platonic or not. They're just gonna
Exactly.
fucking judge you. Just be like,
Yeah.
oh, he doesn't make his bed. Oh, he doesn't,
I don't care about not making your bed.
Have you been to a guy's place where like the mattress is on the floor and just like all sorts of nonsense?
I have been to an apartment with one of my friends has this mattress. I don't know if he still has his mattress on his floor, but he had it. I mean, I had my mattress on my floor for a very long time.
Okay, like when you first moved here?
No, when I first moved to my studio where I lived by myself.
Okay.
But I like, my reason for not having a bed frame is so my neighbors wouldn't hear me having sex.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my God. You know what? That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense. No, because I have like a fold, like it can become a couch.
Uh-huh.
And
you have a futon.
yeah, so and it's like kind of like loosely put together. And
You hear the squeak.
there's like rattling around, and I'm like, but you want to be like incognito, you don't want to let people know what's going down. The walls are thin, so the mattress on the floor can actually be strategic.
Yes.
It's not actually like, oh, this is a garbage person. Like this is
No.
a savage animal,
Yeah.
probably eats on the floor
And
too.
if you like decorate it nice, it looks really pretty.
Yeah, you can make it look nice. I guess that helps me like break down like where someone's at. Like if your place is messy, then your mind is messy.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like I have a couple friends who are a bit of a clutter, like not like serious levels of hoarding, but there's just friends of mine that have stuff and they're always stressed out and they're always like
Yeah.
freaking out. And I'm like, this is a reflection of what's going down
Yeah.
in your
Dude,
house.
when I am depressed, my apartment gets disgusting.
Clothes
It's
chair,
so, oh my, a closed floor.
closed floor.
Can't
Oh,
see
no.
the floor. It's full of clothes. And then I'll go through like a manic episode after my depression, and not like a crazy like manic episode, but I will just deep clean the fuck out of my apartment.
Yeah.
And they'll end up being like 5 bags of trash I have
I've
to
done
throw
that.
out. Yeah.
I've definitely done that.
I haven't done it this year though.
You
which
haven't
is
done it this year?
surprising.
Because you've gone through a lot.
I've gone through so much.
Gone through a lot, which brings me to my first question, your last mental breakdown. I've heard it before, but for the
Yes.
people listening and watching, what went down a couple months back?
It was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yay! I was dating this guy, and I thought we were only dating for like 4 months, but I was like, oh shit, this guy like could be something very serious, and I haven't felt that way in a long time.
Aw.
Not like a super long time. No, that's a lie. I like fall in love with every guy I date.
Yeah.
It's also part of my mental health.
Yeah. You're a Swiftie.
I know. Can't help it. I try to. But so he was supposed to come out for my birthday, and we were supposed to go to Nobu in Malibu. We had reservations with me and like my close friends. He wasn't able to go because he had a business meeting because he works in finance.
Oh, God.
And so we canceled that. And I was like, whatever, it's fine. It's for work. I'm going to be cool about this. And then the next day was like a bigger party for like a lot of my friends. And he was he was like, I'm not going to be able to stay the whole time. And I was like, what do you mean?
It's your birthday.
It's my fucking birthday.
And it's been a couple months.
Yeah,
you're-
bro, we're dating.
Were you planning on introducing him to all of your other friends? Like, hey, this is my
Yeah.
boyfriend. Oh, that's
Well,
where.
not as my boyfriend.
Okay.
But just as the guy that I was
Oh, just a
dating.
guy that you're seeing.
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause-
And I had tried to bring him to like game nights that we always throw.
Okay.
And he always had a damn good reason that I couldn't be like, I think you're lying to me.
Wow.
But in my mind, I was like, I think you're lying to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was right. I'm always right.
Woman's intuition.
Literally though.
Yeah.
Because like everything was so perfect, but something inside me was like, something's off.
Yeah.
Something is very off.
Yeah, these business meetings for finance
Right?
sound like he's trying to finance multiple
Yeah.
dates.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, he could not afford to do that. But so he said that he couldn't make the bar hangout, the big celebration, because he had to pick up his cousin from the airport late at like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And when you first told me that, I was like, tell her to get an Uber. But that day, Friday, was the day all the flights were grounded
Yeah.
because of the global IT outage.
Yeah, I had Alex Cava on an episode, and she talked about being stuck in Australia for 3 extra days. So it was like a global issue.
Yeah, but apparently her flight was not grounded.
Yeah.
And
Wow, what are the odds?
It was like my birthday party, so I didn't want to like have a huge blowout fight before go seeing all my friends.
Right.
And so I was just like, what's going on? He meets some of my friends. Some of my friends couldn't make it, unfortunately, which I would have loved for them to meet them after this.
Oh, man.
Oh, excuse me.
Nice.
I get hiccups.
That was like the cutest hiccup ever.
I get one once an hour. It just happens. It's my diaphragm. But he only stayed for a little bit. My friends did not like him.
Oh, God.
They did not like him. And I was like, what do you mean? Why? And he was like, and he was acting like totally different. Because like when we were like together all the time, he's very touchy-feely, very like always having his hand on me. I had to put my hand on him on my birthday.
Like you're a trophy or something?
Yeah.
Wow, what an act he was doing.
I know.
What a fucking act.
But the minute he was around my friends, he was like actually like a totally different person.
Standoffish?
So standoffish.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Wow.
Ugh. And then my really good friend Magdalena got a photo of him and I together. And he told me he wasn't dating anybody else. But I was having suspicions that he was. So I came up with this perfect plan.
Cut to Ocean's 11. Jesus.
So I told myself, if my suspicions are correct, then if I post this photo of him and I on my Instagram, everything is going to get exposed. And oh my God, did it get exposed.
Oh, shit.
That weekend, he texted me at like 7 in the morning. And he's like, hey, let me know when you're awake. And I was like, hi, I'm awake. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, actually, let me know when I can call you. And I was like, oh, fuck. Because in my mind, I slept over on my birthday. And he went to work the next morning. I stayed there, which is something we would always do. And I went through all of his drawers.
Oh my God.
I went through everything.
That mistake number 1. If you're doing like nefarious shit and you've got a lady over, she's gonna dig through everything.
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, like Secret Service type of shit.
And so I'm thinking he's calling to tell me that I fucked up. That he has webcams all around his apartment.
Oh,
and he saw me going through his stuff. Right? That should have been my first
mean,
thought. Why do you have webcams in your apartment?
I mean, that's possible.
It is possible.
Can't rule it out.
But that wasn't what happened. He told me that his girlfriend saw the Instagram post and they had a huge blowout fight until like 5 in the morning.
Oh, no.
And I'm just like half awake, like, the fuck?
Yeah. Other girlfriend?
Like a full-on girlfriend? They were dating. He told me they were only dating for 8 months. They were dating for a year.
Oh, shit.
A year.
So that is heartbreaking. You find out you're the side chick.
Yeah, I met him
basically.
on a dating app.
Oh, God. Oh, that's even worse. Which one? Field? I don't know about that one. Field? What's Field?
It's for
another one?
It's for like kinks and like.
Oh, okay. So like it's the honest one then.
Yeah. Well, you would think.
Yeah.
No, you can find like, I mean, you can also treat it as like a normal dating app, which is what I did.
Oh, God.
Because I'm not like the most vanilla person, but I'm still like pretty vanilla.
All right.
But like you can find like threesomes on there. Like you can meet friends there.
All right.
Group sex stuff.
Yeah, polyamory's in right now. People are doing it. Shit's expensive.
Never.
I couldn't either. No,
I could never.
I got not to cut you off. This is a very compelling and riveting story. I was asked. A girl asked to be Eiffel Towered. And wanted me to be involved, and I was like, no, one hole at a time, please. Like,
it's a fun memory.
Like, I don't want to have like a rotisserie chicken on a skewer. Like, I don't want this. Like, especially if there's like another dude involved. I'm like, I gotta. There's only so much to look at, you know.
Just look down.
I'll get gummy wormed so fast if I see another guy like involved with a thing. I'm like, I can't. One at a time. Sorry, I can't do it. I'll
never forget the hand clap.
The hand clap? Oh,
during
no.
the Eiffel Tower.
That's another thing I don't want.
That's how you make the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, and what was worse is that these were other comics that wanted to
fuck.
yeah, so like there's a lot of mics that I don't go to anymore because of shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to name names, but I'm just like
You'll tell me after.
Yeah, I'll tell you after for sure.
Maybe I want to get involved.
He basically calls you up to fess up on his crimes.
With his fake ass apology.
With his fake ass apology.
No emotion in it, just laying out the facts. Like, I did this. I'm an asshole. I'm a terrible person. I'm going to go to church and ask God for forgiveness. Bro. Shut the fuck
First
up.
off, you're in LA. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Dude.
God lost this place a long time ago.
Yes.
He forgot about this place, man. So he said he was going to go to church, like, I'm going to redeem myself.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, God can't help you.
I feel like that was kind of a meek attempt. Are you religious, spiritual?
I'm spiritual.
You're spiritual?
I was raised Catholic.
Did he know that about you?
Yes.
So him saying that is like, there's a chance that she could forgive me.
Well, he grew up very religious.
Okay.
So that might have just been a him
thing.
thing.
That might be for him, yeah.
Yeah.
But in your mind, you're like, we are never, ever getting back together. You're so mad. So mad. I could see, but I don't see how, because, and this reminds me, and I've told you about this, is that my father is a man with a very mysterious past.
Yes.
He's already married to some other lady.
Right.
He had kids with my mom. They don't know. So it's like, why would you put so much more work into, cheating and having more than one woman to, satisfy and maintain a relationship with?
An unattainable need for validation.
Because that's so much harder to maintain. Because men...
Oh, you're going to get caught.
You're going to get caught.
You're going to get caught. Because you're going to get lazy with it.
Why? Because why would you work harder to cheat? Because like if you're going to cheat, like in general, whether it's like on a test or something like that, you have to like do...
You have to know.
You have to do the spy shit. You have to know what corners to cut. And we're Italian. We know a little bit about cutting corners. And you're paranoid with like, I'm going to check everything. I think that's the Italian part in you. We're just like, we're going to look at fucking everything. But we're also such simple creatures. Like, I am a simple man. I don't like working for stuff. If it's just maintaining one relationship, and like that's already hard enough in general, because I am kind of talking to someone, and I told her straight up that like, hey, I have many platonic relationships with women.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want is for someone to get jealousy because of things like that.
Yes.
Because maybe that might have happened in her past. Or like, oh, she was cheated on. I have trust issues.
Yeah. That's me.
And I'm like, oh shit. This is going to be really hard because I talk to a lot of comics. A lot of them are married too. Yeah. And it's like, I'm not a homewrecker. I'm not about to do that shit. No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
So one thing I haven't done as a married man.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah, but who's going to know? Who's going to know? If you're going to be the other woman, like that kind of, there's like a certain thrill to it,
Yeah, because I have been the other, like I've knowingly been the other woman, but I did it because I thought I was in love.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't just doing it for spitefulness or vengefulness. I thought I was in love.
Early 20s.
Very.
Just like figuring shit out. Were you here yet or?
San Francisco.
San Francisco? Oh, you've been to San Francisco.
I went to college there.
You went to college in San Francisco?
I went to college in San Francisco.
Don't tell me it's Berkeley.
No.
No, it's not
Why
Berkeley.
Why does everyone think I went to Berkeley? I am not that smart.
I don't know. No, it's not.
I do not have the grades for Berkeley.
It's not the smarts. It's the parties.
Oh, well,
It's the shit that goes down at Berkeley.
I do like the party.
I remember you telling me about a cabin trip that you went on. Emphasis on trip. Where you tried some stuff for the first time.
Oh, when we went to San Diego.
Silly Cybin.
Yes. No, we rented out a reality TV house.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And that split between like all of you? Because I've done that too. Yeah, because I did
Either
that once.
You put money down for the room or you pitched in for food.
Yeah. I've done that before. It was a friend's wedding and we had this really nice house and it was like shows get shot there and all that stuff. And I'm like,
dude,
this is so
cool.
Yeah.
I loved it. I had the time of my life there. And I was with like my college family.
How many days?
I think we're just there for a weekend.
Just for that weekend?
Mm-hmm.
For like that weekend, you're just like, this is what it's like to have like that influencer life.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Influencer
I
shit.
drank so much.
Yeah, which leads to my next question. Vices to keep from having a mental breakdown. Music.
All right, because I have good
drugs,
and bad vices.
Alcohol,
Good
yeah.
vices, exercising, for sure. Dancing, singing. Bad vices, I'll smoke weed. And I'll drink. But I don't drink because if I'm in a bad place, I won't drink. I'll just if I'm like in a depression rut, I will just be on my couch or in my bed binge watching a TV show.
Oh yeah, when I was drinking, I was in a bad mood, and it was like definitely it was never a good time when I was drinking. But one was the 2016 election. I was still living with my mom at the time, and she cried herself to sleep.
Oh my God.
And I blacked
the
out.
election.
I blacked out. I was just like mad. I was muttering shit that I'm not even going to repeat because of recent events that went down. Like Trump was shot at again, and it was like right after he said he hates Taylor Swift.
Why do they keep missing?
Why do they keep missing? I talked to Alex about that, and it's like, dude, this is how like charged people get.
Yeah.
And it felt like people get so charged up politically that it fucks with our mental health.
Yeah,
like,
don't anger the Swifties, man.
Yeah, don't piss off the Swifties. They will come after you.
Yes.
And she had a concert canceled because of like a bomb threat or something.
A terrorist attack.
Yeah, fuck. And it was like, not even like her specifically, just like there's a lot of people in one place.
It was supposed to be like a femicide.
Yeah, a femicide. Oh God, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Let's
Genocide
kill a lot of women. I'm like, dude, this is
Yeah.
how we fuck ourselves into extinction. Yeah. This is bad, dude. Oh, I can't imagine the money that you spent.
Oh, I feel so bad
tickets.
for the Swifties that didn't get that. We're supposed to go to that concert, but weren't able to. But it's better than dying.
The Eras tour. Definitely, when we did my karaoke comedy show, Riff 182, that was definitely something I needed to do to keep from having a full-on like mental breakdown because I needed a production break.
I was going through a mental breakdown during that.
Yeah, that was when that shit was fresh, right?
Yeah, because I was just getting out of another failed relationship.
You got all emoed out for me, which thank you for sticking to the theme.
Absolutely. I wore my rip tights.
That was fun. I love that because it was unhinged because it was like comedy and let's just sing our hearts out.
Oh yeah.
And it definitely helps with coping with all of this bad shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have to, if it's crying alone in the shower, I'm going to turn on some music. And I listen to like angry music all the time. So I have to find like the sad ballad. Like Deftones is a good one because that's just like sad and horny and like, let's listen to a fat dude moan.
Right. Dude, I'm actually like, this will be very surprising to people, but I'm terrible at crying.
You're terrible at crying?
Yeah.
What, for like acting stuff? Or
No.
In
Like
general?
when I need to cry.
When you need to?
Yeah. Like.
Oh no.
I'll cry for like 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and then my actor brain turns on and I start analyzing what I'm doing.
Oh.
So I can recreate it if I need to do it for a scene.
Substitution.
And then I can't actually feel my feelings because I just start analyzing everything. I intellectualize.
That's
my
interesting.
emotions.
So in terms of this nasty breakup, like let's say you book something where you're in a scene with someone and it's kind of similar to what's going down. Can you go back in your head?
Absolutely. I'm so good at emotional recall.
Yeah, take yourself back to that moment.
So like I was having a conversation about this this weekend. My memory fucking sucks.
Oh wow.
But I will remember everything that I felt in that moment.
Huh.
I won't always be able to recall what you said or what you did, but I will 1000 remember how I felt.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's kind of a curse.
It's kind of a curse, but like, well, then it's called substitution.
That's true. Because they're like, why are you angry? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know why I'm angry.
I just remember being angry.
Where you're just so like blinded by rage.
Yeah.
Where you kind of like forget why you were so charged up.
And
that happens
so much. Like when we were talking about this, I was with my Niles Abston.
Nah, I don't think so. No.
Okay, well, you and everybody needs to go check out his comedy because he's fucking hilarious.
Okay, for
he's
sure.
so good.
Niles, what's it?
Apston. Yes.
Never heard of this kid before.
What the fuck?
No. Out of all the comics that I know,
You're kidding.
there's a lot I also don't know.
You'd probably, if you saw him, you'd probably recognize
we
him.
might have bumped into each other, but like
Yeah.
I'm not face blind, but I'll see a comic and I'll meet someone like, oh hey, nice to meet you, and then I won't see them again for 10 months, and they'll be like, oh my god, it's good to see you, and I'm like, it's good to see you too, and I'm not trying to be rude. I'm like, I don't remember your name.
Right.
I don't remember the Niles. So you were talking to Niles?
Because I went to his Don't Tell show this weekend, and him and I and a couple of our friends went to a bar before. On the way there, we almost got into a car accident.
Oh shit.
And then we went to the show, and then we went to another bar, and we were with one of his friends who was driving us to the bar. And we were talking about all the crazy people that were driving on the street. And Niles was like, yeah, we almost got hit by a car on the way to the show. And I was like, oh my God, what?
Oh, no.
And he was like, you were there, Christina. Like, anything traumatic, my mind will automatically just black it out.
You'll black it out?
My mind works on triggers. So if you say something that'll trigger a memory, then I'll remember the memory. But I won't be able to remember it myself.
Like a sleeper cell.
I have CPTSD.
CPTSD.
Yes.
I know what PTSD is. Let me flick on the air here.
Right,
That's
I'm
not
like,
good.
I'm
I know,
dying.
we're dying. I'm sweating like Casey Anthony at a daycare center. Come on, press the button. I know. Come on, do the thing. I know. This thing is fucking. I just want to press the fucking button. Come on. All right. Hold on.
He's
Pause
gonna
for a
have a
second.
mental breakdown.
I know I'm gonna. And we're back.
That's so much. Let me just raise my arms for a second.
I know I wear black all the time, so this is already a wardrobe mistake.
See that I'm sweating?
I don't. I can't tell.
Sweet. Awesome.
I can't tell at all.
I
Plus I'll
don't
shade
sweat.
it.
I glisten.
You glisten.
I glisten.
Girls don't poop. They plant flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Have you never heard that before?
No.
Oh my god, this was on like a T-shirt that I saw like years ago. It was literally. It was a woman like doing that like twerk move, but it was over a potted plant. There was just a flower just over like under her ass. It's like girls don't poop, they plant flowers. And I noticed that like
Oh my God.
we have like at like the bathroom at work, when a woman uses the restroom, takes her purse with her, like takes all
Yeah.
of her shit with her, does whatever she needs to do, and then does like a spritz thing, and I'm like, there was no evidence that anyone was ever in here. But a guy will just nuke the place.
I know.
It's just a
I
nightmare.
used to live with men.
Oh yeah, I got incense going on in my bathroom right now because it's
As you should.
It's not a pretty sight.
No.
It's not a pretty sight, and you know, with the tummy issues that we both have, I like try to manage my stress levels because there's always pain and inflammation, and the brain sends signals to where there's pain, and then your brain's like fuck, and I just stress out more, and then I just have to like clear everything out. Like I will literally have stress shits.
Oh no.
Even if there's like nothing in there, even if I've like fasted, it'll just get
It'll find
like
something.
like bile. It'll find something to move out, and it's like I have to talk to my doctor again because I'm a little overdue for another colonoscopy. When you got diagnosed with IBS, how old were you when you got hit with that?
I diagnosed myself.
You diagnosed yourself?
When I was 26,
Okay.
I think. And then I went to a GI doctor when I was 29. And they were like, yeah, you got IBS.
Yeah.
But they didn't do anything for me.
They didn't do anything?
No.
So they just told you like, hey, don't eat bread, don't eat dairy, don't do this.
Yeah, because they did like a bunch of tests. I've never gotten a colonoscopy.
You'll get one.
No,
it's gonna
don't
happen.
put that on me!
I'm telling you, it's because if it's a genetic thing or whatever, because like you know when guys have to get like a prostate exam or like when women have to get a
I don't
mammogram,
I
it's
don't
gonna
want
happen when you're 40.
mammogram.
It's gonna happen when you're
I
40.
don't
You gotta
want
check for
that shit.
cancer.
It's so painful.
I-
They need to find a new way to do mammograms without having to
Not
fucking
squish everything down.
sandwich my titty. I saw it once on a TV show, and I was like, God damn, never.
It's gonna happen.
They're
I
gonna-
have to get a colonoscopy every 5 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I'm overdue by like a year because I'm scared.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Very scared, and it's like I mean the first one was fine, like I got through it, and they knocked me out, and it was fine and all that. But just part of me goes like, what if some incompetent motherfucker just like scratches me from the inside with like a little camera and all that?
That's why I have a track mark.
You have a track mark right there?
I do.
What the fuck?
Someone failed at taking blood from me.
Oh
no! And it's been there since I was 29.
Huh.
Yeah.
So they'll just hit the same spot again?
No, because I usually get it taken out on this arm. But this was when I was getting my testing done. So I had to get multiple tubes. And I don't know why they kept switching arms.
Aye.
But, yep, I have a track mark.
Yeah.
But it's dainty. It just looks like a birthmark.
Yeah, it looks like, or you're possibly, maybe you've been cloned. There's another Christina running around, and the original doesn't have that mole. Conspiracy Lane? Sorry, I took it there.
I need to go find her so I can.
Sorry, I took it there.
She can do all the mundane stuff, and I can
do
just
all the
enjoy
paperwork
my life.
and all that. Next question, because this is totally fun. And so with some of these experiences that you've had, because you kind of you told the story of the breakup in joke form at Jeffrey's show. Yes. So has it helped you kind of like develop that material and just kind of make fun of it, and it gets a big fat laugh?
Oh, that was about a different relationship.
A different relationship.
Yeah.
So when that happened, and then you have the jokes about it, now are you kind of like, oh, I'm almost glad that this happened because now I have a funny bit? No? Not glad about it?
No, because like with that joke that I did that night, that relationship ended in 2017.
Okay.
And I just figured out a way to write one joke about it.
And it took a few years.
It took years.
Wow.
It took years to heal from.
Mm-hmm.
That man fucked me up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I haven't been in a serious relationship since.
I got one up on you. I've been single for 10 years.
Jesus Christ.
10 years. I mean, there's been, fun here and there.
Yeah, I mean, like, I date.
Yeah, and like committed relationship,
I'm so afraid. I'm so traumatized.
I'm like the free trial boyfriend, like here's what you get. Here's the 7-day trial, all the perks, all the stuff. You get all the channels, all the premium content. Mm-hmm. But after that, I don't know. Like I get sick of people really easily. It's like a big flaw that I have.
Oh, shit.
I got trust issues too. Like I'll get attached to someone, and then it'll just feel like work. It'll just feel like work, and then I'll feel like I'm forcing it, and then I'm taking time out of my own life. Like it's kind of like pouring from an empty cup.
Okay.
I've got like a lot of self-loathing stuff too.
Oh, okay.
And if I'm spending too much time caring for someone else and it's not reciprocated, then I feel like empty inside because like I'm a control freak. I like being alone to my devices.
Yeah.
I don't because like shit just gets in the way. Oh, let's plan a date. I have a show.
Tell her to come to the show.
That's the date. That ends up being the date over and over and over again.
But then you just hang out after, or you hang out before.
Yeah. It's just...
There's ways to make it work.
I know there's ways around it, but I'm just too selfish, Christina. I'm too selfish.
That's your problem.
It's my problem. It's my problem. And I'm too...
You gotta work on that if you want to be in a relationship.
Right, yeah. And then I overthink it, too, because I'm like, okay, what if we get on the higher tiers of stand-up and, like, entertaining? Like, what if I'm not home 6 months out of the year? What if I'm traveling too much? Because then I'm subject to doing stupid shit and hooking up with some girl in a hotel room.
Well, don't do that if you're in a relationship.
Don't do that. But, I'm a guy. The thoughts are there. They are there.
Listen, girls have those thoughts too.
Right.
But it's all about when you're in a relationship and you're committed, you choose that person every single day.
Right. And I want that secretly because part of me is like I want to come home and like cuddle with somebody at night and there's like food and stuff and that we like mutually respect each other's boundaries and things like that but I can have that with people and not have it be a committed relationship because like I had a talk with someone about like, hey, imagine if we dated, and she was like, no, we would fight like every day. Like, we would fight so much. Because as soon as intimacy gets involved, then it just becomes too much. And that's
so
just
you
my
have
brain.
intimacy issues.
I think so, yeah. Because I have like major like fears on like, oh no, what if we're like going at it and I like have to go to the bathroom, and then it kind of ruins the moment.
With the right person, it won't.
It shouldn't, and it hasn't happened yet. Thank God.
Which is good.
It hasn't happened yet, but it's because I feel like I'm gonna be judged at at every moment, at everything that I do. Because I think it's because my last relationship, she wanted to change me. Because she liked me, but she didn't like
who you were,
who I was, or I was becoming. I've been wearing the same thing since I was 13 years old.
Jesus Christ.
My style has not changed at all. I dress like a child. Slayer shirt, jeans, that's it. The band shirt, jeans, nothing is... I never change it up. And she's like from Orange County, wanted me to wear like Banana Republic, Abercrombie and Fitch kind of stuff. She wanted me to like dress differently.
She wanted to mold you into her perfect person. That's no, you don't do that.
I didn't like that.
You never try and like change the way their appearance, or, well, I mean, like, I go back and forth on this because, like, what if she wants to give you like this huge makeover?
Yeah.
But like you enjoy the makeover.
Yeah. Then both have to agree to it. And if we're deep in it, like I might, like if you give me nice clothes, like I'm still gonna wear this shit underneath it. Because I'm like, this is my personality. This is me. You can't take that away.
I think there's a difference in wanting to change someone and wanting to help that person better themselves.
Yeah.
Because from my experience, my personal experience, if I'm trying to change someone, I'm just trying to help them see their potential that I already see in them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want to bring it out of you.
Right.
But when you're just trying to mold them into someone that you think would be perfect, then that's different.
Yeah.
So you got to find that balance.
It's a major pet peeve, which goes into the next section of this, is that like I've had people, like I've had women like me, but then they don't like some of the habits that I have, and they try to like break those habits, which like, okay, at the time, oh, he's drinking too much. Let's get him to stop drinking. That's understandable. That's understandable. That's healthy.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, we're going to completely do a 180 on this. Like, oh, stop going to metal shows. Stop getting fucked up. Like that's my fun.
Stop getting fucked up. I can understand.
Yeah, stop getting fucked up. Like, don't spend your money on these concert tickets, but let's do something that gears to more what she enjoys, like something like Disneyland. I like Disneyland, but if it's too like happy-go-lucky, I'll just start getting like, this small world is like starting to piss me off, dude. I want some adversity. I want some like fucking like punk shit,
No, I think I have a joke about this, where I compare like football and Taylor Swift. Which now that's
happening a lot now. Yeah,
I'm just gonna say I manifested that relationship.
You think you manifested? Is it Travis Kelce?
Yeah.
And so now, all of these guys are like mad that like all these women are getting into football now because like, oh, Taylor Swift is like, oh, this is my thing. Like you feel like it's being invaded.
Fuck?
Yeah.
Who
gives
cares?
a shit?
Get the fuck over yourself. You just hate women.
Yeah, I know.
That's what it is. You hate. Well, the only women you don't hate are the Instagram baddies that show you free ass all the time.
Yeah.
And because she's not giving you that, you're gonna hate her.
Right.
And
I
so
hate
props
that shit.
to her.
I can't stand that. Like, there's definitely a lot of male comics that are like, we're like, I'm a man, we're friendly. But then the second I see, a guy disrespect like a female comic for no apparent reason,
right.
I'm like, I'm not gonna work with this guy.
Yeah.
Like, even if we're cool and I'm not affected by this at all, I'm like, this is half the population.
Literally.
Dude, like this.
And there's more and more female comedians every day, so you better fucking get used to it.
Yeah, and a lot of them have connections. We all know each other.
And a lot of us are funnier.
Yeah, dude. We're
gonna take over this industry.
Yes.
And I'm so ready for it.
Because all right, here's a good example. Men and their dick jokes. It's funny when it's around guys.
Of course.
When women do those same dick jokes.
Oh, I have so many great dick jokes.
It's funnier.
Yeah.
Or have you seen the movie G.I. Jane?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, it's such a good movie. A woman joins the military. There's a scene where she shaves her head. She's like trying to like blend into her surroundings and all that shit. There's a line where she says, "Suck my dick," and it's the funniest line in the whole movie. And it's not a comedy.
Oh,
damn. And it's a like a chick action, like female led film, and she says, "Suck my dick." It's the funniest fucking line. When I think it's funnier when women are vulgar because there's the stereotype.
I love being vulgar.
Like, oh, women have to be proper and all that shit. But when it's like the Jessica Kiersons and the Nikki Glazers, they look all pretty and proper and they just say like, fuck. It's the best. I like it.
That's where I really struggle with my comedy because I have too many sex jokes that I don't perform because I don't want to be labeled as a sex comic.
Right, yeah.
Like, I want to be a well-rounded comedian.
Right.
And
it's a different view.
Yeah.
When women do the sex jokes.
Then I feel you just get stuck.
Yeah.
In that category. When you try and branch out.
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit harder.
And all the guys are like, oh, she's talking about dating. Oh, she's talking about sex. Maybe
Dude,
she wants to fuck. Like,
right,
where's this coming from?
Oh my god, dude, that's
a
like
joke.
my Instagram comments all the
Yeah.
time. Like, oh, another female comedian talking about dating. You're like, bro, what the fuck else is going on in my life that I'm
like
gonna talk
you're
about?
just mad because you don't have any like nuanced, like real
Yeah.
opinion about it. You just want to like hate on it, you know, or harp on it. Like the dating in LA, like that's such a common trope. Like when someone says dating is weird, I start laughing because it's so common. Like I'm not laughing because
it's a universal experience.
It's a universal experience, but I'm laughing and I'm like, oh, where have I heard this before?
Yeah.
Like I'm the type of, like, I'm a dick, because, like, I'll sit in the back of a show, and then someone will go, dating is weird, and I'll laugh because I know it's going to suck.
Oh, no.
Like,
Even when I do it.
When anybody does it. Like,
so my dating jokes are good.
People, dating jokes, I've heard good ones, I've heard bad ones. You did one at Bare Knuckles, Mike, that, like, it was enhanced because the Deftones was playing in the background, and you were like, oh, I'm sad, I don't want to date white dudes anymore.
Oh, no, I fucking love that joke so much, because it's not even about dating white guys. That's just the premise of it.
It's so funny, because, I mean, I'm not offended at all.
No, of course not.
I am not offended, because I'm not... You know, I'm in that camp, but I don't do that white guy shit.
No, yeah, exactly.
You know, I don't do that, but you could easily lump me into that camp and assume that if you don't know me.
Dude, my favorite part about that joke is I wrote it just so I could say the joke that comes after.
What's the one that goes after?
About dating bisexual guys.
About dating bisexual guys. I feel like bi men or bi dudes are like anything. I just anybody.
Well, no, that's
you know?
the thing. I've dated closeted bisexual.
Closeted?
Men. Yeah.
Oh, what's that like?
They don't know, but I do.
How do you know? What evidence suggests that?
When they hit it from the back, they call me Chris.
Oh no! I know a woman who goes by Chris.
But I don't. That's the thing.
Right.
I get so mad when people call me Chris. I'm like, fucking Tina.
Just
Christina.
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ.
It's not that hard. Is it too many syllables for you?
Right?
It's because he's a guy and he does
fucking
just
stupid
use
ass.
the least amount of brain cells as possible. Well, I'm gonna call her Chris. It's just easier.
I'm like, don't fucking do that.
Yeah. Or like
do not do that.
androgynous names like Morgan.
I don't mind
or
Morgan.
Alex, you know.
Yeah. I've dated a few Alexes.
You've dated a few Alexes?
Only two.
I have gone on a date with a Cheryl, but I have a cousin whose name is Cheryl, and it's like nothing personal on her, but I just felt weird about like I am dating someone who has the same name as a relative, and I just get weird about it.
I can't date any Matthews.
You can't date any Matthews?
That's my dad's name.
That's your dad's name?
Yeah.
My cousin, so my uncle's name is Michael. My cousin, that's her dad. She married another Michael, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Can't do it.
And she was like, she's not gonna listen to this. She was molested by her father when she was a little girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you married a guy named Michael, it's the same name as a guy, and it's like you
that's why I can't
say their name
date
in bed, and
any
I'm like, I
guy.
can't do this.
Yeah.
There was a cute girl named Maggie, and I'm like, that's my mom's name. We can't. No.
Nope.
I just can't. It doesn't matter how much we have in common. It just it gives me a sense of like this feels like incest.
Yeah.
It just feels like it. It's not, but it's just no Aarons, no Cheryls, no Janets, no Joyces. No Madison's, and Madison's a common one too.
It is.
Yeah, Madison's super common. Like, can we go Maddie? Maddie is fine. Like, there's no Brooklyns. I'll go with Brooke.
Yeah, Brooke is fine.
No Brooklyns. Oh God,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
That's the same with me, except also with ex-boyfriends.
Ex-boyfriends?
Like the one that I broke up with in 2017. I'll never be able to date another man with the
you
same
won't date
name.
another one? Oh man.
Never.
Sucks for him.
Not even a shortened version of the name.
Oh.
It's too traumatizing.
That traumatizing. Wow.
And I know I'm getting myself in a bad situation if when me and the guy are dating, are having like a little bit of a tiff and want to call him that name.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, ooh, I need to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
This is not good for me.
Yeah.
You're bringing me back to a very dark place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. And there was like an article I saw about like, and it was like the whole like dating in LA is the hardest place in this town.
Everywhere's
I'm like,
hard.
what about New York?
It's hard everywhere.
What about like, I mean, when I was living in Oklahoma, I'm a 10 over there, by the way. Not to toot my own horn, but
I don't know what
like,
I am in Cleveland.
when I was living there, it was fun. I was getting a lot more right swipes than left over there. And
Oh, it's crazy when I go on dating apps in Cleveland. I'm like, Jesus. Granted, I'm swiping left most of the time. But like on Bumble, you can see when they swipe right on you. Because they'll be like, oh, you missed a match.
You missed a match?
Missed a match. I can't even say it.
I prefer in real life. It's just better
Same.
for me that way.
I've had better luck in real life.
But the thing is, because like we do comedy, and I'm always like on a set somewhere, and there's always like that tightrope walk of like, do you date another comic? I'm like,
I have. I don't recommend it.
yeah. A lot of people don't recommend it, but I've also seen it work really well.
Rarely.
Rarely.
It's a gem
When
when it does.
It's a gem. Like I'm a huge fan of Your Mom's House. Tom Segura and Christina Pajitsky. Yeah, I know it's called Your Mom's House.
That's why I was like, what?
It's like, Christina, I love Your Mom's House so much. But they're married and they're comics. They've been married for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And they have children together and they do work together too.
True, but I'm talking about like people on our level.
On our level? Yeah.
That does not work.
Because it could mean like, because I'll do a bar show, and then if I date a female comic, like people are just gonna look at her or look at me and go like, oh, he's a predator because he's dating a comic that's only been doing it a year and I've been doing it 5 years. Not like predator like that, but just like a different kind of like
Taking
oh,
her
she's
under your
dating him
wing.
because he has a foot in the door somewhere,
Oh.
you know, or like dating for the connections.
I think that's
or things like
circumstantial.
that. Yeah.
But like there is a lot of stereotypes out there. I'm trying to get over stereotypes in the dating world.
Yeah, I can't stand it. But like, I'd rather just love myself first.
Me too.
And if somebody else comes along, here's what you got to deal with. You know, like I'm always gonna be at a fucking show, so you got to be down for that. And if it's got to be like another creative type of person that would
Yes.
understand that. Like
have
I would
to
date an actor.
I have to date creative people.
Yeah, I would date an actor. I would date like a sculptor or someone that does something
Yeah.
with their hands. You know.
And I also need to be able to date someone who understands my craft. And if
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
get cast in a movie or a TV show and I have a sex scene or I have to kiss somebody,
Yeah,
they
they
have
gotta
to
be-
be comfortable
they gotta
with it.
be okay with
I'm
it.
doing my fucking job.
They got to be okay with it. Which, speaking of jobs, I'm going to pretend that I did not hear this the first time.
Okay.
What was a job that you had where you quit as fast as possible?
Yes, I remember this. So it was my first job when I moved to LA. And it was at this like breakfast organic spot in West Hollywood. And I was living in North Hollywood at the time. And I did my training. Everything was fine. I go in for my first shift on the clock by myself without training. And I had to be there at like 7 in the morning, which going from North Hollywood to West Hollywood.
At 7. Did you cut through Laurel Canyon or did you take the freeway?
I think I went through Laurel Canyon.
Yeah, that's the hidden gem because GPS
I
will
love
take you
Laurel
through there.
Canyon.
Yeah, I love going through there.
Me too. That's how I got here.
Yeah. Nice.
But I get there at like 6:45 because I'm always early. No one's there. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just early. 7:30. No one's there. We open at 7:30.
Oh, God.
It's like 8:15, and the guy at the store next to the place that I was working at comes outside, and he's like, they didn't show up again, did they? And I was like, again? This happens a lot? He's like, this happens frequently. And I was like, thank you so much, sir. Walked to my car. I texted the woman that hired me, and I was like, this is not going to work out.
Yeah,
this
no.
is so unprofessional.
No.
Like, bye.
First impression, too. Pretty much like, oh,
Right?
you like this job? It's a cafe. It's like a little
Yeah.
breakfast nook or something, you know?
Yeah.
Sounds swanky. Sounds nice. You'd be out by like 2 or 3, so you could still go on
have the
stage at
day.
night.
Exactly. I wasn't even doing comedy.
You weren't even doing comedy yet.
No.
Oh man. Oh
I
yeah,
was
because
just
you
an
came out here
actor.
to act.
Yeah.
What sparked that? Like, was it just another thing
The
to do? Yeah. No.
Or the comedy.
The comedy, yeah.
When I first moved, I never thought I'd become a comedian. I mean, I loved comedy.
Yeah.
And like I always wanted to do like comedy movies and like sitcoms and all that stuff. But when I first moved down to LA and I started meeting people outside of my college family, I would talk to people, tell them stories, and everyone would be like, "Do you do stand-up?"
Oh, shit.
And I was like, "No."
No.
Why?
Why would I do that?
And they're like,
That's
"Well, you
horrible.
should consider it." And I'm like, "I don't know how to write a joke. I don't know." And then pandemic happened. I became friends with a lot of comedians on Twitter, and I started going to their shows, like Niles. I went to one of Niles' shows.
Okay.
And Niles' show, bad at English.
Was that one of those, like, outside shows?
No, it was at Third Wheel.
Third Wheel? Okay.
Yeah, but
all
this
right.
was like 2021 fall.
So you were just getting out, like, well, LA was just getting out, because I moved
Exactly.
back here early 2022.
Yeah.
Because I caught wind of shit getting back to normal. I was like, all right, let's come back. Like,
Yeah, so I went to one of his shows, and I was like, and I was making friends with comedians on Twitter, and I was like, okay, fuck it. Everyone thinks I should. Let me just try and write out a 5-minute set. If I can do that, I have to at least give it a try.
Yeah.
And I was very green. I invited all of my friends to the Fourth Wall in NoHo.
Oh, no.
And I fucking killed it.
Of course you. It's the smallest room
I know.
I've ever been in. Yeah.
But I even had the comedians there that did not know me laughing.
Oh, nice.
It was, I was like, okay, here
And that
we
was
go.
your first set?
That was my very first set.
Oh, that's nice. Did you tell them that it was your first set?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's why everybody was extra nice. Yeah.
Listen.
I remember my first time.
My
Yeah.
friends, like my college friends that came out, when I told them I was going to do this, they were like, because I'm like the quietest person in the friend group. You can only hear me when I'm talking with a microphone.
Nice.
And so when I told them I was going to do stand-up comedy, they thought I was batshit crazy.
Yeah.
So when I had them laughing, I knew.
That's good.
And I was like, okay.
And you can still do both, you know, because if
I
you
do both.
if you get on a commercial where you're recognized,
Yeah.
that could supplement ticket sales to a show, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Because I've done acting before, but I didn't do stand-up at the same time, and now I'm doing both at the
Yeah.
same time. Like, I'll get like that $100 a day student film stuff, you know, I'll do that here and there, just small shit every now and then. But it's like, stand-up used to be the stepping stone to television, and now it's kind of like everywhere.
It's just it's an amusement park.
Yeah, and
You're going to find some way to
yeah,
ride.
and stand-ups that strictly do stand-up that don't have like any acting aspirations, like, dude, you're here.
Do it.
Do background work.
Yeah,
you know,
dude,
'cause
background work pays.
It's a little extra money.
But I fucking hate
It
doing background work.
sucks. It's cattle call shit,
I'm so
man.
happy I stopped doing background
Yeah,
work.
ugh.
Especially as when you want to be like a successful actor, when casting directors see you in background
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah,
they're automatically going to look at you as a background actor.
yeah. You'll get lumped into that camp, and you'll just be like, oh, that's the girl
Yeah.
at the, you know, there's two people having a scene outside
Yeah.
at a patio, and she's in the back. You ever have those actor friends, like, they do the background work, and then they take the screenshot of, like, the one frame? Like, and they're in that shot for maybe half a second,
Yep.
and then they caption, look, I'm on this show. And I'm like, were you? Like, part of me is like, I know we're like embellishing a little bit. I know we're happy
yeah.
that you got the part.
There's
That's
only one
great.
time I did that, and that's when I booked All American.
All American?
Yeah, I booked this one because I had to go through an interview process.
Oh,
for
shit,
this.
cool.
I was one of Jordan's girls,
Oh, nice.
and I got to make out with him.
I haven't watched a lick of TV in years
No, it's
because with casting stuff, you kind of need to know, oh, what type of show could I be on, so that, you know, that what I know what I'm looking for. Like, I could get on, you know, Vikings or Sons of Anarchy, like Better Call Saul, something like that. So I have to like watch those shows to
Yeah.
get an idea. I don't have time for that shit.
I'm delusional and think I can go out for everything.
You could.
That's
you could.
the thing.
You
I've
could.
asked people to typecast me,
Yeah.
and they can't.
You could still do
I am
like
a
high school.
Oh, definitely.
You could
high
still do
school.
high school, yeah.
I feel like more college now for sure.
You could do college too.
But
Yeah, yeah.
I'm definitely a chameleon actor. Like, I do thriller, I do horror, I do comedy. I love doing drama.
Oh, wasn't there a thing you did? Oh, I'm trying to remember. You put it on your stories. This was a while back. You did something where you were hit by a car.
Yes, that was my Lifetime movie.
Yeah, your Lifetime movie. You got hit by a fucking car. Oh my god! And my thought was like, because Perry Kurtz, unfortunately, like he got hit by a car and he passed away, and I'm like, and now we're seeing like it on screen. I'm like, oh, comics getting hit by cars. Like, is this a common trope now? Like, oh fuck.
Oh no.
Rip Perry Kurtz is very sad. Yeah, God. I was crossing the street just last night at the Fox and Hounds. And I was with a homie, and we were just like, oh, we gotta look both ways. And he goes like, yeah, man, we don't want to be the next Perry Kurtz. Like, oh shit.
Oh no.
It's so. People are insane out here. They don't know how to fucking drive.
Right.
It's awful.
It's so bad.
It's fucking. I hate it. And it gives me a mental breakdown. I'm like, hey, touch the spot on the doll where the turn signal hurt you. Just like, fuck, dude. I hate it.
I'm a very kind, calm person 99% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But when I get behind the wheel, I turn into a raging fucking bitch.
Oh, no.
It's like, because my friends will make fun of me for not driving, because I will not drive if I don't have to.
Yeah.
And it's, one, I just hate drivers out here. I think they're fucking insane.
They're terrible.
But I also get so angry when I drive. Like, even on the way up here, there's this fucking Tesla just driving in both lanes.
Oh my god.
And I always forget that my windows are down, and I'm just screaming like, pick a fucking lane, you white Tesla bitch!
Oh god, I hate that. I hate the Cybertrucks. Have you seen the fucking Cybertrucks?
I hate Cybertrucks. They're so goddamn ugly. One of my friends loves them.
Oh no, how?
I don't know.
It looks like it was rendered in a fucking PlayStation 1. It looks so ugly.
His reason was, this is what the future looks like.
It's ugly.
It's so ugly. And I made the argument. I'm like, it's not aerodynamic. He's like, we're not talking about physics.
It looks like a fucking shoebox with. It looks like an 8-year-old drew the car. Remember being a kid? And you're like, I'm gonna draw a car. Like that's what it looks like.
I always drew a buggy.
You always drew a buggy? It looks like a fucking. It's a mess. It's a fucking mess. I hate them so much. I hate the white BMW. Not to sound racist.
I like the white BMW.
But like I'm 5% Armenian. I feel like I can say it. It's always an Armenian guy.
I fucking hate Range Rovers.
Range Rovers? What's bad?
Spoiled ass kids drive those cars,
Oh,
and they think
God,
they own the fucking road on La Cienega.
They fucking wear
And
the
I'm
Supreme
like, get
hats and
the
shit.
fuck out of my way.
I can't stand it.
Ooh, I get so mad.
Is it the Sicilian in you? Do you have a little bit of the Sicilian rage?
I don't know if I'm Sicilian.
You don't know if you are?
I know my family is from Napoli.
Oh, that's up north, right?
No, we're south.
We're south? Okay.
You would think up north with how pale I
Right,
am.
yeah.
But that's just the Irish and Scottish.
The Irish and Scottish, yeah.
It took over
Part that
my
too.
genes.
God, I had a talk with a friend on you know how gingers are like we're kind of everywhere recessively. Like there's ginger Jews, there's ginger Irish, there's ginger Italians, and there's like ginger Arab. I'm like, oh wow, shit, like that.
Shit, really?
There's ginger Hispanic too.
That's cool.
Like there's been enough rape and pillage like over the last 1,000 years where like we're
gonna happen.
We're dying out.
Some of those genes are gonna come back up.
They're gonna come back up.
They're gonna be the dominant.
But at the same time, it's like there's not a lot of us left. You know.
No.
I went the show I went to last night. Tess Miller, she's another fellow ginger Jew.
I know that name.
She's a friend, and one of the comics was like crowd working us. He was like, "Are you guys on a date?" And she puts her arm around me. He's like, "Yeah, we're brothers," and then kisses my cheek. I'm like, we're related. And I'm like, stop it, you're so weird. It's like just because we look the same does not mean. It's like, or just because like, oh, we happen to have the same genetics, oh, that means we should automatically start going out. Like,
it's
this
like,
is
no,
not.
that's probably the opposite of what you should do.
I hate that shit. Don't lump us like that, man. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I do like dating other Italian men, though. That's yes.
Yeah.
It gets the Italian in me going.
It gets the Italian in you
when
going?
they wear the Italian horn.
The tracksuit?
Maybe not the track. I can pass on the tracksuit. Yeah, but when I see an Italian horn, I will point it out and be like, "Are you Italian?"
Oh God.
Come here.
Let me hear your New York accent.
Right.
I love it. Have you been on? We might have already answered this one already. Have you been on a date so bad where you've had a mental breakdown?
I'm wondering if I repressed it.
You might have.
I might have.
You said earlier how you black out on like traumatic stuff.
Exactly.
You're just like, I don't remember being upset, but I remember being upset. Don't know over what.
So, is this a little trauma dumping? I don't know. We're gonna find out. I went on a date with a guy that I met off Instagram. I don't even know how we found each other on Instagram, but we started talking, and we went for coffee, and that was nice. And I was like,
date.
okay, my friend is having a show at the Improv at the Lab. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
fun.
we went. I had 2 glasses of wine. And then I started projectile vomiting in my bathroom.
Oh, no.
He roofied me.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
Full
Oh,
on
my God.
roofied me. Because, like, I can handle my alcohol.
Okay.
Even when I get fucked up, it's very rare for me to throw up. If anything, I'll throw up the next morning.
When did you know that you were roofied?
It didn't click until the morning after.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, because at first I was like, but I only had 2 glasses of
Only
wine.
2?
Only 2.
And you're like, did I eat? Am I drinking on an
Yeah.
empty stomach?
Like, because I took him back to my apartment, and right when he kissed me, my mind was just like,
oh, no.
and I was like, I need to sit down. So I am lying down on my kitchen floor, and he is feeding me a rice cake.
Oh, my God. Okay,
And-
good. He's feeding you a rice cake.
But this is the thing.
Ah.
I think it was his plan all along
Yeah.
I think he was psychopathic.
Yeah.
Because I think his plan, and this is speculation, but I think his plan was to manipulate me by getting me fucked up, taking care of me, making me think I can trust him.
Oh, fuck, that's evil. That's a specific kind of evil. He's taking steps
Yes.
to gain your trust first
Yes.
and like build that trust only to fucking shatter it. That's
Yep.
fucked up, man.
That's men.
Men, do better.
Fucking get
Do
a
better.
life.
Do better. I was raised by a single mother. I know the 3 like basic principles. Don't let a woman walk curbside. Don't go through her shit unless specifically asked to. And like, don't be fucking weird.
Yeah.
Don't be fucking weird. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a guy, I have those thoughts, but they stay thoughts.
Like, little tip.
They stay there.
Little tip. If you are genuinely yourself and you're having a great time, we'll fuck you. You don't have to manipulate us. Like,
doesn't
girls
have
want
to
to
be
get
that
dick
way.
too, but we want to be safe while getting dick.
I look at everyone's butts. Even if they're like grotesque and ugly, I'm just like fixated, like that is an interesting butt. I look at everyone's ass fairly and equally. You open the door for the lady because you get to get a little sneak of what you might get, but you keep it inside. You keep it in. You don't slap it. You don't compliment it. You do and say nothing.
I'm gonna start backing out the wrong way when people open doors for me. I'm like,
Yeah,
thank you.
next time a guy, yeah, exactly. Next time a guy opens the door for you, just turn around and be like, "Hey, thanks, buddy." And really reinforce that buddy part.
Right.
'Cause I've had that happen to me. Like, I'm not like trying shit, but Erin was coming from like salsa, and she was doing her mic, and I'm not shooting a shot or anything. I'm just going like, hey, not to sound gay or whatever, but you look great in black. That's just
yeah.
like
That's just a friendly
a
compliment.
friendly compliment.
You didn't say
but-
sexy or like, God damn,
No,
bitch.
I didn't say that either. But I was like, hey, you look good in black, and she goes like, thanks, friend, and I'm like, I know exactly why you typed. Friend, it's not like that. Like, I'm not trying that.
Oh,
you know,
but I get it. Though.
I get it. You
'Cause
know, I
sometimes
get
you
it.
Don't know.
Right.
Some guys are really good at pretending to be your friend.
Yeah. It's a tightrope walk, but it's like you
Oh,
have
props to
to
her. That's-
be. You have to develop the friendship first.
I know.
You have to do that first. And if something happens beyond that, cool. If not, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You just move the fuck on. Like the girl I'm talking to, I'm like, hey, I'm doing an anime reaction channel with a girl. She's very nerdy. I'm very nerdy too. We're into the same shit, but it's not like that. It's platonic.
Yeah.
In fact, she's asexual and has no fucking inclination. But I was like, hey, I'm doing creative shit with someone who happens to be a woman.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't get fucking jealous. Don't get weird about it. Because if I have her over, it's not because of you. I'm not doing that double life shit. You know. I don't know my father, but I learned enough around him to like not do that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not.
That's like my biggest fear when I get into a relationship.
Yeah, it's
and like
just-
it's honestly it's such a double standard for me too.
Yeah.
Because my best friend is a guy. Like out here. But he's married to one of my other really good friends. And so that's why most guys are comfortable with it. But like
Yeah.
I tell that man everything.
Oh, fuck.
He knows
He's the keeper
all
of many
my
secrets.
ex-boyfriend's secrets.
Oh, God.
But when I meet a guy who has a girl best friend and I get bad vibes from her, and like, you guys are secretly fucking.
Yeah. It could also be a good sign, too, because, like, oh, he has a lot of female friends, too. Like, oh, he respects women,
It definitely, it depends on the energy and the vibe.
Yeah.
Because, like, it can't, like, me and one of my really good friends, he's a guy, love his girlfriend so much. She loves me. We're really good friends. And I'm like, this is amazing.
I know. I love that.
And, like, it's nice because, like, because he is a very attractive man. So when the girls that he dates aren't threatened by me, I'm like, thank God. I'm not trying. I want to be your friend too.
Right. This happened to Carissa. I went to go support her at a show, and some other guy like went to go see her at the show too. Saw me talking to her, and saw me as like an obstacle, as like not a threat, but just like, I'm going to see this girl's show because he wants to get in her pants.
Of course.
And she got that vibe right away, and she was like, I'm so glad you came to the show. Thank you so much. Because he saw me as like, oh, this guy is already like talking to her, and he's like, and it ain't like that. But there's like this protective layer that my role was like, oh, thanks for coming out.
I'm so happy you and Denny were there at
Yeah.
Bare Knuckles.
Yeah, fuck, man. It doesn't compute with me because I'm glad my mama raised me right. It just doesn't fucking click. Do you remember when after he was kind of done with you and he moved on and he was giving
like,
that
she's not giving it
he
to
was
me.
giving that other girl
A fucking massage.
shoulder massage, and she is
At
like
a
not
bar.
having it.
To that man.
I was so close, but like I didn't want to ruin just the vibe of the room, but I was really close to be like, hey buddy, what's up, man? Like, are you okay? Is he bothering you? Man, and he very much was like, can you not tell by her fucking body language? Like, you were physically touching her shoulders, and she's like, eat, like she's like, fucking, dude.
Like, you're supposed to be relaxed when you're getting a massage.
You have to be relaxed, and she couldn't be more tense.
Not needing a massage after.
She couldn't be more tense. Oh God, and we organized the whole buddy system thing. Denny walked you to her car. I walked Liz to her car, just in case he was fucking lurking around some more.
Like, I love my Instagram followers, but like, don't. Follow me on Instagram. Don't follow me to my car.
Right. Yeah. Please. And I'll tell you this happened to me, not in the same like way, but there was a server at Flappers that followed me to my car. It wasn't the same type of thing, but he was like sweaty, nervous, off his meds, asking me questions about like how to get into comedy and all that stuff. And like, I definitely don't feel like I'm going to get assaulted or like robbed or whatever.
What a life to be a man.
But the uncomfort is still there, and and in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, so this is what it's like.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is kind of what it's like. I'm like, oh, fuck.
You feel like you have to be super nice, but you also want to escape.
I was very nice. I'm like, hey, buddy, I'm at my car now.
Can you?
It was nice talking to you. Get on stage, you know.
Like, bro, you literally work at Flappers.
Yeah, he's walking with me to the car, and I'm just like, I'm happy to answer his questions. And like, we could have had this conversation at the bar. Yeah. But I'm just like, I'm leaving the venue. I'm going away. And I'm just like, he doesn't work there anymore. But I'm just like, fuck, dude, I don't like, this is a taste of what it's, and it's a double-edged sword because both things can be true. You can be very attractive and you can be very funny. But men aren't going there for the jokes. They're going there because they want to see you and they want to shoot their shot.
It's
you know, it fucking
annoying.
sucks. I'm so sorry you have to go through that. Yeah.
I just enjoy my jokes. I'm funny and pretty. I get so mad when I hear people say hot people need to stop doing comedy. I'm like, bitch, I've gone through shit too. I want to make jokes, and I will make jokes, and they're going to be fucking great.
Matt Rife is hot. Nikki Glazer's hot.
Full of plastic. Not Nikki. Not Nikki.
Dane Cook, I mean he's in his 50s now, but like Dane Cook back then, you know, hot.
I used to be obsessed with Vicious Circle.
I like that special. That was a great special. I love that.
Him and Jeff Do With the Puppets.
Jeff Dunham?
Yes.
I like him. Yeah,
they were my introduction to comedy.
Oh, Jeff Dunham was your introduction to comedy?
That's for like stand-up comedy. Like me and my best friend Alicia would just send those videos to each other back and forth, and we would just. I didn't even know it was stand-up at the time.
Oh wow!
I think my first time actually realizing I was watching stand-up was watching Kevin Hart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And, oh my God, what's it called? Seriously Funny.
Seriously Funny? Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that was fun, yeah.
And he did that show where on the same stage that I graduated high school.
Oh, yay! Awesome. Where was that? Cleveland, right?
Playhouse Theater.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Forget you're a theater nerd.
Well,
I think that's why you were so icked about like the time thing with your job. You're like, hey, it's 7:30, it's like 8:15.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck? Like,
thank you, 5. What happened to
thank
that?
you, 5. Yeah, what happened there? Oh, when someone's like, oh, we're gonna start the show in 10 minutes, and I'm just like, thank you, 10. And there's people like,
Like,
what
what
are
the
you saying?
fuck?
Like, what are you saying
I'm like,
that for?
I'm being nice to the stage manager.
Yeah, like the stage manager, the people
They deserve
that run
my
the
respect.
Shit. Yeah, my mom was stage crew for television. Like we watch a movie, we watch the credits.
Yeah.
We stay and watch the fucking credits. Like I don't care. Like, you know, how bad the movie was. And like,
Yeah.
this employed hundreds of people, and they worked so many fucking hours. You know, have you ever done Golden Time before, where you're on a set for so long?
I got so close to Golden Hour when I was doing the Stranger Things Coke collaboration commercial.
Oh, cool.
That was one of the biggest paychecks I had ever received for doing background work.
But it took like 5 ever for it to be done.
We were almost there for 16
Oh,
hours.
God. Ugh.
But that paycheck was
Yeah.
4 digits.
They have so much fuck you money they don't even know what to do with.
know.
Like I have a friend who's in like accounting and I'm like, dude, like, do you like suck at it? Or he goes like, no, they fucking go over budget. I gave them the numbers and it's like,
Me and Joe Keery locked eyes on that day.
yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
And then I also locked eyes with one of the Duffer brothers. I don't know which one,
Mm-hmm.
but he looked at me and I'm like,
you could do Stranger Things.
I could totally do
You could do
Stranger
it.
Things.
You could do it.
I could do everything.
You could do.
I want to do everything.
When someone says the girl next door, that means they don't know anything.
Yes.
When someone says like, oh, you could be the girl next door, I'm like, that. Oh, you don't even know where to fucking
Yeah.
put me. This sucks. Like I get like meth addict. I get like, you know,
I can see that.
drug person. Like I'm manic in my neutral
Yeah.
personality. I'm very manic. So like if you give me caffeine,
Yes.
it's over, or I'll take a
I
nap.
honestly love playing villains.
Villains is fun.
I love
Yeah.
playing mean
Yeah.
because I'm not. I mean, I can be.
You can be.
I can
You're
definitely
capable.
be a very mean person. But when I get the role of someone being a mean person,
You can turn that on.
it's because it's like because I can honestly, I'm such a bitch in my mind. I really am. But I was told if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
Yeah.
And I live by that because I want to be treated the way, or
Yeah.
I treat people the way I want to be treated.
Right, of course.
So when I get to let that part of me shine, so much fun.
Yeah, it's the best.
And
I
I'm
love
not
that.
actually hurting someone because I'm just saying dialogue that was
Yeah.
written for.
You just get a little stage combat. Did
I love stage combat.
Did you do the investigation discovery like murder show? Did you ever do that?
Yeah.
I got to do like it's like the
I was
one,
on oxygen.
You were on oxygen.
I was one of the Turpin children.
Turpin children.
And
Oh
they
my
used
God.
me in the commercial the entire time. And
Did
it's
you-
just me running through the woods like,
Was it union? Did you get a little mailbox money?
no, I was not
From that?
union at that time.
I hate that.
I know.
I did a one of those like murder mystery shows that nobody watches or that everybody watches. It fucking airs like a couple days before Christmas, and it's not like a Christmas themed anything. So like people are watching that shit. Nobody's
Yeah.
watching that. But I got to play a murderer that
That's
murdered a
fun.
chick at a bar in the 80s, and
Nice.
they cast me based on the look. They didn't read me. They didn't audition me. I
Yeah.
just looked like the real guy that did it.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
And I'm like, what? Wait, hold on. What if I suck? What if I'm terrible and you booked this guy that doesn't know how to read?
Yeah.
There was no script, but then I go there, there's a script and there's lines. I'm like,
What?
like I'm so glad that like, now we get to use my training. I get to be like that psychopath, like murderer person
Yeah.
that I'm perceived to be because I dress like one. Like you know Drew Fahey, we wear
Yeah.
we wear the same stuff. We wear violent fucking like death metal shirts, but he's a teddy bear.
He is.
He's the nicest guy. He's the nicest guy. I love him.
I got booked for Turpin 13 because I look like a malnourished 13
You look like a malnourished 13-year-old. Hey, you know,
I'm
at least
33.
you'll
No,
never get fat. You know.
I think I was 28 at the time, so
Then they cast you as a teenager.
a malnourished teenager.
Ay. think we're all malnourished at a certain point.
I'm
like I can't.
definitely
I mean,
look at my bones.
You fast. I say one of my jokes is like, oh, I'm
bones.
so skinny I have resting rib cage.
Dude,
And I'm just like,
last week when we first did this and it failed.
yes. Which thank you for coming back.
Do you remember when I like put the microphone and I went like this?
Yes.
I had a bruise.
You had a bruise there and you hurt yourself?
Well, it didn't hurt. That's the thing. I got in the shower the next day. I'm like, oh, it's purple there. Where the
You bruised yourself just from that?
Just like this.
Ugh.
I'm hitting the bruise right now.
Oh no! Stop! Stop hurting yourself.
I can't, dude. The bruises on my knees. I can't roll my jeans up. I put them on my Instagram story the other day.
From the rehearsals.
Knees are fucking covered.
Are you knocking your knees when you're dancing?
I'm on the floor.
You're on the floor?
Dude, honestly, I was having all my friends at the bar do this last week. Feel how bony my knees are. Permission. Isn't that insane?
Oi. You're a stick.
I am.
You're a stick.
I am.
Bird legs.
I still eat most of the time.
Yeah,
sometimes.
you eat sometimes.
Maybe
You know
like
that,
once a week
that
I go without
one
it.
meal, that one really big meal, and then eat nothing the whole day?
Yeah, that's me. Dude, that's how I know when my depression is bad because I've had eating disorders, and you could not tell.
Right, you can't tell.
The eating disorders don't have.
She's so
a
proud of it.
No, I'm not. I shouldn't be. But I'll become like anorexic, but it's always a symptom of my depression, and that stems from my ADHD with my executive dysfunction.
Oh shit!
Because I'll be on my couch and I'll be like, I know I need to get up and make food. Like I can feel that I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
But my depression is like, no, in bed.
No, stay in
and my
bed.
executive dysfunction will cause me to spiral and be like, you need to get out of bed. You need food. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Blah 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 blah. But my body, I get paralysis.
Paralysis, ADHD paralysis.
And
you get that shit too? Me too.
So all the time. And like that's why I struggle with laundry.
Yeah,
I just won't do it.
Well, you have multiple tasks in here,
and they're just fucking...
that you know that need to get done, and you're like, wait, what's the first one?
Yeah.
What's the first one? And then the one after that, and then what? Nope, we're not going to do any of these things, but I'm going to keep thinking about it.
And I can't move, and I'm just on my phone playing Sudoku.
Yeah, the doom scrolling is so real because I'll look at a random Instagram reel, and it'll remind me of something that I need to get done. And then I'll just scroll, and then I'll go to the next one, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Same thing when I'm reading. When I'm reading, I'm trying to read this fucking page, and I get a song stuck in my head, and then I have to go back and reread it again.
What's happening?
I'm like, what? I don't get it, because the DJ up here is skipping the fucking song and playing it over and over again.
When you're reading, if you want a little trick, listen to frequency sound waves.
Frequency sound waves while reading?
Yes. Because there's no lyrics, and especially binaural beats.
Okay.
I think I don't know how to say it correctly.
I'll look it up.
But it's specifically for people with ADHD and trauma. You put headphones in, and it'll beep, 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 beep.
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
It's my favorite way of meditating.
Because I'll read, and I won't absorb the fucking information.
Yeah.
And then I have to read it again.
But with this, it silences the noise.
Yeah. When you read, you have the movie playing in your head.
Yeah.
And you're like, I didn't appreciate this page enough. I need to reshoot the movie in my head so I can read it again.
I read dark romance novels.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Why am I not surprised?
You can thank my best friend Alicia for getting me on that.
Shout out, Alicia.
I love you.
Where do you find them?
She sends them to me.
She sends them to you.
And then we talk about it after.
Does 50 Shades of Grey fall into that category?
Yes, but I never read it.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one I read was Shallow River.
Shallow River?
And if you're into dark romance novels,
oh God,
you should read it.
Is that a reflection of your trust issues? You read books about other people that go through fucked up shit in the book?
I don't know if that's necessarily my trust issues. I think it's just really exciting.
It's just really exciting?
Like, I would never want that shit to happen to me in real life.
Well, of course, yeah.
Like, the stuff I've read.
There's like a Schadenfreude, like, hey, it's happening to somebody else.
Like, I never thought I'd read
Even though
about
it's not
someone
real.
getting fucked by a gun.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
No, not a gun, not a gun.
Not a gun?
A knife handle.
A knife
That's
handle?
What it was.
Jesus fuck. Oh God. There's a you wouldn't know about this one. There's a Cannibal Corpse song called "Fucked with a Knife."
Oh shit!
And it's literally, it's literally, yes, I know, brutal violence.
Feel that.
Brutal violence. It's almost like you felt that, but like the description of it is like, this song goes out to all the ladies out there, and then they do the song, and it's like, this is terrible imagery, and it gets people like excited in the mosh pit and all that. Ugh. You poor thing. I didn't mean to fucking like. I didn't mean to shimmy your britches. Or
My
whatever.
vagina hurts.
Your vagina. No, I'm so. It's interesting that happens to women too, because I'll watch a video about a guy getting kicked in the balls or something, and I go,
Yes.
"Ooh, oh, I saw it, but I felt it." Like
Empathetic sensory.
empathetic. That's what that is. Okay.
I don't know if that's what it's called, but it's
That
what it should
sounds
be called.
like it would be called that. Yeah. Empathetic sensory. Interesting. Oh. I'm seeing someone in pain, therefore I am now like
I'm
feeling
your pain.
that pain.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like a true empath.
I don't know. I'm a bit of an empath, but I struggle with it because I have to not give a fuck so much.
Oh yeah.
Because
I'm an empath that doesn't give a fuck.
You're an empath that doesn't give a fuck.
Like that's your energy. Like
Yeah.
I see what you're going through, but like stay away.
Yeah, I see.
Unless you're like my really close friend.
So you're empathetic, but then you don't make it about yourself.
Exactly.
I hate those people.
Oh my god, same. Like,
Yeah.
bitch, you're not the one actually going through it.
Like, oh, I'm so sorry your dad died. My father died too. Like, it's not about you.
I know. Oh, I'm so guilty of that.
Yeah,
I'm so.
it
When people
happens.
talk about their dead dads, I'm like, me too, bitch.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
If it's fresh, go like, hey, I know what you're going through.
Yeah.
If
And
it's fresh, yeah.
I'll give them like little tidbits of things that they could do, like when they're feeling sad. Like I'll always recommend making a playlist of their favorite music.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Take as many t-shirts that you can.
I did that with my dog.
Oh.
I made a playlist for my puppy.
Oh.
He was 18 when he died, but I still called him a baby. But he's just a little baby, and I made a playlist for him. And the fucking, I can't watch Marley and Me ever.
I've never watched it.
Don't, okay, it's...
I know the dog dies.
You know the dog dies. Don't fucking watch. Like
He's on the
It's
poster.
this sweet, feel-good movie about the life of a dog, and I'm like, well, movies end, and it's about the life of a dog. I'm like, fuck, we're not watching this
No,
shit. I
absolutely
will
not.
fucking cry like a baby. Not The Notebook. The Notebook won't get me. Homeward
I
Bound will
love The
fuck me
Notebook.
up, dude.
Do you want to know what movie really fucks me up?
What?
Click.
Click? Why does Click fuck you
Adam
up?
Sandler.
Why does that movie fuck you up?
Dude, the end when he's
Yeah. Oh.
because like my dad was still alive at the time,
Oh,
and so I was
okay.
just like watching my future.
Oh, man. Click is not a cry movie.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
Yes, it is. It's a feel-good movie that fucking punches you in the emotional gut.
Yeah.
It's love
And
that
it's so
movie.
off-brand for Sandler too, because it
Not at
usually
all,
doesn't.
really.
It usually doesn't hit that mark. Oh.
But he knows how to.
Yeah,
Dude, I
yeah.
fucking love Adam Sandler.
Did you ever see 8 Crazy Nights?
I used to have that movie memorized word for word.
I love that movie.
And I was Catholic at the time.
That's a technical foul.
Yeah.
I love that song. That's such a good song.
Oh
that
my
movie that
God.
tugs on the heartstrings a little bit.
I love that movie.
Because he's a sad, loner, drunk guy. His parents
Yeah.
died in a car crash. It's so sad. They're like, oh, that's why he's a dick. Oh, and you can't help but feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I love Mr. Whitey.
Mr. Whitey. And their feet baths.
And their feet bass like, you can't do that. You gotta, don't cuss in the house. That's my favorite. Why does my hair make me look like an owl? I fucking love that movie so much. I love that movie so much.
We're in the-
Christina,
they're in
this
the-
was a great
yes.
episode. I'm so
It
glad that we got it.
was.
We got it right this time.
Yes,
Oh,
we did.
Tell the people about what you're doing, what you got coming up. You got the show.
Yes.
Tell them.
Come to my solo show. It's at the Broadwater Theater in LA.
Main stage.
The main stage.
Yes. Do
Get
it.
you're not a bitch. I love you. I'm sorry.
Come to the show.
Yes, please do. Go get your tickets because they will sell out.
What day is that? October 18th?
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday. Oh, look at that. I'm off on Fridays.
Yeah, so you better. Why haven't you gotten your ticket, Jake?
Because I'm in LA and I buy tickets at the last possible
That
second.
fucking pisses me
I
off.
hate that shit.
I get so stressed.
Oh, I'll try to come. I'll buy a ticket. They don't.
I'm just like, I gotta fucking make the money back that I've put so much money into this.
Unless I'm booked on a show.
Don't get booked,
Don't get
on,
booked
a
on a
show.
Unless I'm booked. If I'm not booked, I will come.
Okay,
I will
good.
come to the show. I've been to the Broadwater. I've seen many good shows on there.
You'll get to
on that
see me
venue.
die from all the dancing
it's
I
good shit.
do.
It's good shit. Yes, so we're
can't
going to be
wait.
promoting that hard. Your Instagram handles is all down there in the description below. Send me the ticket link so then I
Yes.
can, when I'm ready to release the episode, send me all the stuff, and then I'll put it in the description so you motherfuckers can go down there and buy a ticket, support local comedy, support local fucking artists, support
and
women.
support live comedy.
Yeah, support that shit. All
that
right.
shit's not edited.
It's not edited. Okay, thanks, Die, everybody.
Bye.
Yay!
I hit my chin.